Hello, Aries. Are you ready to do some shadow work? Are you ready to face your fears? So, if you watch the reading that will be going up, don't know what I'll call it yet. It'll probably something like my own personal reading or something like that. It's or all signs. I don't know. It's explaining that Asclepius came out as to kind of tell me what to do in this set of readings. So this set of readings, it's going to be all about healing. What part of yourself are you working on healing? What needs to be healed? And then what part of yourself, how are you going to do this? What's the method, the best method to do this? So yeah, I don't know what it's going to be. It could get quite dark. So huge trigger warning, because if we're doing shadow work, it's probably going to be something that triggers us, right? Let's just face it. So big trigger warning. If you're not in the mood for that today, if you're not in a place where you think that you can handle that, it might just not be the day to watch this video. So, and again, I don't know what's going to come out. We're going to see. So what part of Aries, what do you need to heal? This kind of planning energy, the Knight of Pentacles, is something to do with studying. Oh, it's the knight, not the page. Why was I reading it as a page? There may be some insecurity about how skilled you are, whether perhaps people underestimate your skill in something, because I was reading the knight as a page. And now the pages are the students, they're learning. It's kind of like at the drawing board energy, picking up skills, working on things, where the knight is actually much more prepared, right? The knight is putting a plan into action. So part of your shadow work could be something to do with being underestimated, or people whether it's true, whether people truly do underestimate you, and they think that you're not skilled enough or not talented enough to do something, or you're not prepared enough. Or it could be that you have a perception that people see you this way. So I'm not saying that is definitely how people see you. It could just be your own insecurities, kind of like imposter syndrome, of people seeing you as not being prepared enough or not putting enough planning into things. The Knight of Pentacles moves very, very slowly. They're very steady, they're very slow moving. They really like to, dot all the I's and cross all the T's. So maybe that's a part of you that you feel, because Aries, you're often told that you're this impulsive sign. You're the fool who jumps straight in, doesn't put too much thought into anything. They just go with the gut, where perhaps actually you've got placements in your chart that make you naturally want to move more slowly. You could have a Mars placement, because Mars is how you take action, what makes you do something, what motivates you, how do you do stuff. So if you've got like a big slow moving earth sign, like Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, it's big, it's slow, it's heavy. If that's your process, if you've got like Earth Mars placements, and you do like to take your time with things, you do like to know what you're doing. Like the earth signs, it's like, knowledge is power. I don't want to do something if I don't know what I'm doing. I want to be the best at it. So they could, that's very Aries. I want to be the best at it. So it could be something to do with some kind of disparity between how you view yourself, and how others view you, in terms of like how much planning you put into things, how much focus you have for things, how much time and effort you're willing to invest over the long term. So there could be something with that there. How does Aries go about healing this? How does Aries heal this? The King of Wands. Do you know what? It's actually being, it's learning a Hierophant. There is definitely something about gaining knowledge, like how much knowledge you have with the Hierophant there as well. The Hierophant is also like by the book. It's like you do it, you follow the rules, you go into some establishment. It's like you had something a while ago. I'm just going to reference it because I'm kind of picking up on it again. There was a reading, and I think I called it something like, it was an Aries reading. I called it something like, I can't believe they made me say that, because I was skirting around the issue, and then they, sometimes I kind of have words put in my mouth, and I kind of said what I was skating around. So I'm just gonna say what it was. I had a reading where it was like somebody was going into a job or an institution or a new environment where it was predominantly white. So the Hierophant card can be a university. So I'm going to use that as the example. It was like, you're going to go and do a course at university, but, you know, it's a typically, you know, for whatever reason, it's a lot of white people take that course, right? And it was, you can see both these ladies on these two cards. She's a black lady, and it was that kind of energy of it was like Aries was from a different background, right, a different culture, had different mannerisms, and it didn't necessarily have to be about skin colour, and that's what I was trying to avoid saying, because that was quite a specific example, and then they made me trip up and say it anyway, and I was like, oh, for God's sake. I just feel, I feel like I have to be very careful when I talk about race relations, because it's a hot topic, you know, and I don't want to say anything wrong or offensive. I want to be inclusive, but sometimes it's I get very, I think because it's such a hot topic, I get very paranoid about talking about it in case I say something stupid or wrong. So and that's part of my healing, right? That's part of my own shadow work to do. So but you can see she's got a book in both of these. She's writing, she's studying. So it does have that feeling of that previous reading where it's like, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if this is right for me. I don't know if I'm going to fit in. What if people judge me because I'm different? But at the same time, the flip side of that was like, well, somebody has to do it, right? Somebody has to break the mold. Somebody has to be the pioneer. Somebody has to, like, you know, open the gate for others to follow. So it was like, you know, it's going to be tough, but go and do it anyway. So I don't know if that's a specific person's story that I'm picking up on. So hi, if that's your story. You know, and I was like, I remember talking about it with somebody afterwards and being like, I really hope that they go and do that course. I really hope that they go and join that workplace, because it's like that, those doors, you know, those doors have to be opened. There has to be progress made. There has to be, it's like other people will see you, I want to say, in that workplace and be like, if they can do it, I can do it. There's someone like me there. That means that is for me, you know, rather than being like, that's not for me, I don't look like those people. It's like, that is for me because I can see someone else who's done it first, right? So it's trailblazing, and you are the trailblazer, I want to say. So yeah, I think there's something here about definitely about how much knowledge you have, how much time and effort you're going to put in the long term, and are you going to do it by the book? Are you going to follow the rules or break those rules? Now, I feel like there is something about self-control happening here, boundaries as well there with the Queen of Swords I'm seeing, because your advice is King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is fiery, the King of Wands is passionate, the King of Wands is bold, charming, a natural leader. They are magnetic, you know, charismatic, popular. Like, I love King of Wands energy. Typically Leo, so you could have Leo in your chart, don't have to. And the Knight of Pentacles is typically Virgo, I should say, as well. But we are doing your reading, right? So it's like aspects that you can use and bring in and incorporate in your own soul journey, right? Because to be a full soul, you have to be everything. So this King of Wands, I always say the King of Wands is somebody who's made mistakes in the past. You had a reading like this as well months back. It was like, you don't get to be the King of Wands if you haven't made mistakes, right? So it's about embracing your mistakes, embracing those times when you were too impulsive, when you, I don't know, got a bit hot-headed and, you know, said something on the spur of the moment and you had regretted it later, or like you just did something without thinking and you made mistakes and got hurt. It's like, it's all giving you lessons. So it's like, you're not going to make those same mistakes over and over again, right? It's like, you make a mistake a couple of times, you learn from it, right? You're like, I know not to do that again. I know not to strip off and jump naked off a bridge, because then I've got to like walk naked back up to the top of the bridge to get my clothes, or my mates are going to throw them down and they're all going to get wet. So it's like, all right, I've learned that lesson. I jump in with my clothes on next time. You know what I mean? It's like, the King of Wands has made so many mistakes, but they've learned from it, right? So now they're at a point where they have self-control. You know, they really know what they want. They're not indecisive. They know what they want. They know how to get it. So it's you incorporating that energy is how you deal with this. It could be perhaps some of you are taking on a leadership position and you've got a lot of insecurities. You've got imposter syndrome, and it's like, just do it. Just, use your passion for whatever it is you're doing to be that bold leader. It's like all you need is to be enthusiastic about it and people are going to follow you. It's like he's not even looking back, right? I'll give you another story. I was working in a school for a while as a teaching assistant, and at lunchtimes I had to well, it's if you were taking the children anywhere, right? They form a line behind you, and you're taught, because my instinct is like to look back to check that they're all following, right? To check that they're behaving, to check they're following. And you're taught not to do that. In the school I worked in anyway, it was like you get them lined up, you get them paying attention, you say, right, we're going to walk, let's go. And then you walk and you don't look back, right? It's up to them to stay in the line and to keep up, right? So yeah, it's almost like, if you're there checking the following, you're showing insecurity, you're showing weakness. So if you just go, right, we're going, and like walk, it's like they all go, ooh, and like they all like follow you. So and there's other teachers around, you know, so if there are any trailing, the other teachers will go, hurry up, join your queue. So yeah, it's like push forward, don't look back. You know where you're going, you know what you've got to do. You know what, if people don't follow you, that's their business. It's that kind of energy. So it's like, just be confident, even if you don't feel, I think you do feel confident, or you are working on your confidence, because you're working on, it's like you do know what you're doing. You have looked into this, you have done your research. So it's almost like, just go and do it and don't bother if people doubt you. Something like that, Aries. Because you're a leader, not a follower, right? If people fall behind, they fall behind. That's part of their journey to keep up. So the Ten of Swords, definitely healing, because again, this is something that you're healing. You're healing from some sort of ending. And I feel like it was a very slow process. It was a slow lesson that you learned. The Ten of Swords can feel like a betrayal. It's like stabbed in the back, but it's an ending, and it's a complete ending. It's like, it's done. So I feel like there was something that ended, and it was almost like a really slow, painful, drawn out ending. And it is in regards to this, because the Knight of Pentacles moves so slowly, right? So this is what you're healing from. Whatever this is for you, this is what you're healing from. And tell me more about how Aries is to do this. How does Aries do this healing? Yeah, no, it's like, don't look back. It really feels like don't look back. Can you see she's actually looking back? You're going on to something new here, Aries. So whatever this was that ended for you, got the Ace of Cups there as well. I feel like, again, it's kind of like Snow White. It's almost like she's coming back to life, right? She was frozen and she's coming back to life. And the Ace of Cups is like new emotions, new love. So it could be for a person, it could be for a thing, right? So I feel like whatever you're moving towards, you see these people have like turned their backs on each other as well. So whatever you're moving towards, right, I feel like you need to move towards it with confidence. If somebody follows, they follow. If they don't follow, they don't follow, right? But you can't let someone else slow you down. So this could be, for example, you and a friend were meant to be applying to the same college, applying to the same university. It was like, we're going to go together. But then you're excited, right? You've sat there, you've filled in your you know, all the forms that you need to fill in, you've done your character statement and all this kind of stuff. It's like you did it in the first day. It's like, I'm so excited, I've done it, I've done everything, I've applied, right? We're going, I've applied, I'm already looking at houses, like I know where we're going to stay. And your friend is like dragging the heels, like, oh, I'm not sure, is this the right course for me? Oh, do I really want to do this? Oh yeah, I'll do the paperwork, but I'm just going to do it next week. Hi, is it me? I'm a Libra. Indecisive. So it's like, if you waited for your friend, they might never go, right? And then you've not gone because you kind of like, it's almost like an anchor or a stone, right? They kind of give me like the stone or anchor, like weight energy, like pulling you back, drawing you back. It's like, and you dragging it along, right? It's hard for you to drag this person along with you. So you've been trying to drag someone along with you. You've been trying to, you were meant to go together, I want to say, but it's like, it's not for you to be tying this person's shoelaces, pulling the socks up and things like this. I don't know if it is something to do with like a child for some of you. Obviously, if you're a parent, you do have responsibility to your child. So I'm not saying just like leave your child behind or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But it's like, maybe this person is very reliant on you. Maybe you sometimes feel like you father or mother this person. And it's like, they need to kind of step up themselves. So it's like, what I'm getting is, like, don't wait for them, right? You have something new to do here. You have something that you're moving forwards towards really boldly and really confidently. They are looking back on both of these, to be fair. He's like glancing back over his shoulder, but you have somewhere that you have to be. The Judgment card is about something ending, which is this Ten of Swords. So you're healing from the ending, right? Whatever's ending, whatever's wrapping up. Again, it could be like you're leaving university and going to a job. It's like maybe you always had a plan with a friend. When we graduate, we're going to move to LA. Oh, I should say your song was Arcadia by Lana Del Rey. And so she's talking about LA in that song. So it's like we're going to graduate drama, the drama class that we took, then we're going to move to the LA and we're going to be famous. And this other person's like, oh, but but you're already getting like, I don't know, like work offers and things like that. It's like, don't wait for them, just go. It's your dream, so go and do it. Something like that. It's like, okay, maybe they don't come straight away, maybe they come in a year, maybe they don't come at all, but that's their problem, right? They've got a life to live, and it might be a different path to you. So don't let them stop you from doing what you want to do, and don't slow down. Go and do what you need to do, Aries, because you're the entrepreneur, you're the person who throws himself into stuff, and that's where your success comes from. So healing from a slow, painful ending where it felt like you were being dragged backwards or underestimated. And this is confident Aries. If you're not really confident, pretend to be, right? Fake it till you make it. Go and do the new thing. If people follow, great. If they don't follow, that's fine. At least they're not slowing you down. I hope that was helpful to you. Let's get you one more card as a bit of a, I don't know if it's advice, I don't know if it's where is Aries heading. That's too many. One card please for Aries. I'm not reading more than one. Thank you. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution. You see? Persecution and expression. Wow, Aries. Like do you know what? You've got this. Okay. And it's not about being bullish. It's not about like bulldozing your way through to places. It's just stepping up confidently and letting that inner confidence, letting that I know what I'm doing and I know where I'm going and I know why I'm here. Speaking for itself, right? I don't know. Share your voice. Let's see what it says. You just have to give me a second. I'm sorry. I know you don't like to wait for Aries, for the slow Libras. Share your voice. It's not in any kind of alphabetical or... There's no numbers on these cards, so it just takes me a second to find where it is. I'm not seeing it at all. It's so frustrating. Share your voice. Where is it? Can you see it? I'm not seeing it. Share your voice. There it is. 76. So it's like alphabetical, but there's like different sections, so it's not the easiest to find. The cards. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution. Expression. You are being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship or through writing, speaking, singing, or some other form of creative expression. We each hold a truth deep within us that longs to be expressed. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it wisdom that can only be gained through soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we will not only heal ourselves, we will also heal the planet at large. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe and call a missing piece of you home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound current on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silenced or held back, chanting or singing could be truly life-changing for you, especially around the full moon. I want to say that's kind of a message that's been coming in. Singing or speaking things into existence when it's a full moon is quite powerful, I want to say right now. As we shed the layers of our personality and start letting our unique soul speak through us, we discover that we actually have a very clear message that longs to be shared. The more we speak it, the clearer it gets. There has never been a better time in history than right now to rise up, to speak your truth and to share your soul's voice. If you feel fearful, know that you are not alone and that the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonise. As we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. what did I say? Opening the doors for people to follow. We make it easier for the next person to do the same. So exactly what I was saying. It might not be that exact situation, right? It doesn't have to be about race, although it's coming through quite strongly. And it's not about pulling other people down. It's not about saying, I want to knock those people off the pedestal, or, you know, we're going to take over, or anything like stupid like that. It's more like, it's just breaking through those glass ceilings, right? Creating equal opportunities, creating an equal platform where perhaps doors have been closed to certain people from certain cultures or backgrounds, or I don't know, eco-social dynamics. It's like leveling the playing field so everybody has an equal chance, right? That's equality. So yes. Express yourself, share your voice, speak to those who can hear you. So yeah, if somebody's not listening, find somebody else, right? Go to the person above, something like that. Aries, I really, really hope that was helpful to you. Go and stride confidently through those new doors, and show other people how it's done. You are absolutely a trendsetter and a pioneer in the tarot, and yeah, don't let people, it's like you have this feeling like that you're healing, where it's like you've been persecuted, or you've been suppressed, or you've been like, again, it could be so many different situations. It doesn't have to be, you know, one specific thing. It's like something about you where it's like you've been like almost like pushed to the wayside, or sidelined, or devalued in some kind of way. And I don't think that's, Aries, no. Aries, come on. No. You're the innovator, you're the pioneer. So you go forward, and whatever this is, this judgment card, which is like, because you're being called into the new, right? You're being called into getting Arcadia. Like, personally for me, Arcadia is a company I used to work for. I used to work for Topshop and Topman. Its parent company was Arcadia. But Arcadia also talks about, it's kind of a mythical land, isn't it? So whatever that is for you, it's like this mythical land, this, you see, it's like can you see this kind of cave imagery? They're giving me, I'm coming out of my cage and I'm doing just fine. Yeah, you're going into this new phase, this new era, right? It's going to be good for you. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you go. I hope that was helpful. Stride boldly forward, Aries, and best of luck. Not that you need it, because I can see you've got the skills. Take care. Bye-bye.